Hey, what it do, YouTube? It's your boy Q, and we got some drama brewing in APAC-South revolving around this weekend's regional final, but not so much with the players, even though there most definitely will be a contest between two teams that are currently in the top 5 in the region. But you see, DreamFire, they actually accepted a contest from Onic Esports for Mill, and everything seemed to be on the up and up. It was actually when the extreme fans came in that things really seemed to turn upside down. Not only death threats, but actually mass reports of Onic Fussy's Twitch page ended up getting the page banned for a week. It'll be interesting to see how things play out at Mill for sure. I mean, DreamFire currently in the 4 spot in the region, but with plenty of teams nipping at their tails, they don't really have much room for error. I mean, you've got AGL and MDY White, who are tied for 5th with 82 points apiece, just a couple of points behind them. And 2 of the region's representatives at London last split, DEWA United and Tom Young Kung, are right behind them. But let's not forget that this is the regional finals, which means that this is match point, and whoever does win the match point format gets an automatic bid to London. Whether you're one of the last teams that we just mentioned, or maybe you're the region's #1 seed from last split, IronBloodGaming, who's sitting all the way down in that 12th spot. But you see, the last time that IBG was in a lobby with both Moist, Onic, and many of the other teams that will be playing in this Saturday's regional final, they actually led through the first 4 games. Granted, they did fumble in the last 2, but even the time before that, when it was Group A versus B a couple of weeks prior, we actually saw IBG won that one as well. Now, admittedly, the team hasn't quite looked the same and haven't had quite the same fire that it had last split since releasing its IGL Strafing Flame. We actually talked about that just here recently over here on the channel. I'll have that video linked for you guys over at the end. But I mean, IBG always has had that like pop-off potential, right? I mean, returning with player K and Plan IE from the roster that took over the region by storm last split, follow that and linking them with Jaro, formerly from Moist Esports, and I think everyone was kind of expecting the experience to take a little bit of time to help formulate a new identity for this new roster, right? So maybe, just maybe, IBG has what it takes to pull it off this weekend. I mean, otherwise, I do most definitely expect Moist and Blackhand to do what they always do, play consistent, place high, and I do think that this kind of breaks down one of 2 ways, right? Either Moist, Onic, or even Blackhand walk away with the win, which does mean that it's going to be the top 5 teams by placement points going to land. Otherwise, it's going to be one of the other 17 teams in the lobby that wins. And I know that you say, well, duh, but what that means is that only leaves 1 spot remaining to be able to qualify for land, because those other 3 previously mentioned teams already have enough lead that they're already going to be going to London, right? So, I mean, if DreamFire can win their contest with Onic, they'll be well on their way with a good result simply because they're getting fed some KP early, right? And when you look at AGL, I mean, they seem to be this team that like swing big, miss big. So, I mean, if it's the swing big and connect big with some big hits AGL that shows up, watch out. If not, though, it's a very good point, then very good chance that AGL is going to fail to make land. MDY White has always kind of been this average outside of their one top like 2 placement. So I'm not exactly necessarily putting my money on them to get to land either. I do hope that this like close getting like helps create a hunger for those 2 squads, because I do think with just a little bit more time, I do think they're the type of teams that will be able to put a little bit more fire within the APAC-South region, which I do think is vastly underrated. When we do look at sitting in a little bit further back in the standings right now, we do have DEWA United Esports, who did have a rough start after losing Easy Flash to Blackhand to start off the split, right? But they seem to be getting things going at just the right time. They've got themselves a great tour. They've got themselves a great coach over there with Salvatore's as well. DEWA is like actually going to be one of my dark horses to sneak into LAN, actually. And do remember that this team qualified last split for LAN, right? But they unfortunately weren't able to go to London because of some visa issues. So I don't think that they've come this far just to come this far. I do think we see them going to LAN. I also wouldn't be surprised if we saw Tom Young Kung pull out a dub as well on match point format. This is 2/3 of the EXO clan roster from last split, We all know what Killer Poses can do, along with Dexter as well. And I mean, Asia's has seemed to be a good fit with the squad, but they just haven't seemed to really be able to quite exceed expectations or even really meet expectations of what I think people were wanting to see from the trio. But maybe, just maybe, that means that this weekend is the weekend that it all pieces together. Who do you guys think wins match point on Sunday? Saturday? Sunday. Saturday. Friday night going into Saturday. I'm pretty sure. Future me who's editing this will definitely let you guys know down in the description below exactly what date it is. We may be doing a watch party over here on the channel. I'm not exactly sure. I do definitely think that IBG can pull off the Cinderella miracle run. I want to know if you guys think they can as well. I also think that DEWA United is going to be able to earn a shot actually being able to get to compete at London this time around as well. So I think those are the two teams that I expect to make it on top of those three teams at the top, Onic, Moist, as well as Blackcan. But let me know down in the comments below. Tap in, let me know, say what's up. Those comments, as well as those likes down there in that bottom right-hand corner, those are the things that help me out the most as far as with that YouTube algorithm. That thing's tough, man. Everything y'all can do to help really means a lot. If you enjoyed the video, you made it this far, help me out. Hit that subscribe button. I've been sitting at that 199 for a minute, man. We're chasing down that first 1K, trying to see if we can get that thing knocked out this year. But until we do catch y'all back over here on the channel for the next video, don't forget, with everything crazy going on in the world today, be true, be you, be sincere, game hard and love hard. All right, y'all. It's your boy Q, signing out.
If you ain't show something, you just don't wanna be. You wanna be me, but you will never be as fresh as see you.